Huge allegation just dropped against DrDisrespect. We have a former Twitch employee who has now come out and alleged the apparent reason that he was permanently banned on Twitch years ago. The reason for this has always been tossed up in the air. People don't really know. They speculate about a lot of different things. Some say it may have been a contract violation. Some say he tried to negotiate too hard and then they just dropped him because they didn't want to deal with that. Well, now we have allegations from an actual former Twitch employee who was employed at the time that this all went down, but it is the most that we have seen from Twitch or anyone associated with Twitch since this happened. And the reason is actually totally insane. And just as a reminder, before I read anything or before you even watch my video, these are all just allegations. There is actually no hard evidence of anything yet. We don't have Discord DMs, we don't have messages. So I'm going to be doing a lot of speculating and just yapping in this video. But let's go ahead and start with the allegation. Cody Connors, former Twitch employee, tweets out, he got banned because he got caught a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. And of course, a ton of people are asking all sorts of questions, like I hope you bring receipts forward. Why did Twitch hide it from the public? And those questions are ones I have too, like, okay, this happened years ago now. What was the real reason this was hidden? I guess maybe because of a legal thing. I don't know how Twitch would have found these DMs in the Twitch Whispers program themselves unless the girl sent it to them. So maybe it would have been some kind of privacy violation if they just opened his DMs and read them. I have no idea. I'm totally speculating. And also maybe just the girl being underage, they didn't want to publicly speak out about this and have her get involved in some kind of possible legal dispute, because that obviously just becomes a liability for the company, and DrDisrespect might have gone through with some kind of lawsuit over it. And you had basically every single major news Twitter account tweeting about this instantly. Like Jake Lucky for Gaming News instantly tweets out that he was banned for allegedly sexting a minor. And in reply to Jake Lucky's tweet, we got the first of two statements that DrDisrespect has made, where he says, "Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract." Which, am I crazy to say that this is a bit of a sus reply? I mean, of course, the immediate reactionary response is, yeah, he probably has legal implications regarding all this. But these are now huge accusations being levied against you publicly about you allegedly sexting a minor, and all you have in response is just one sentence. Now, of course, in the spirit of fairness, the accusation itself also has literally no evidence. It's just one guy's word. But regardless, I would expect to see more of a reaction than this, or maybe saying something more than just this singular sentence. But he does continue on his main Twitter page where he puts out a second statement, and he says, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found. And I was paid. Elden Ring Monday." Which is a lot better of a response, but still, I mean, obviously this story is completely up in the air to have a ton of speculation about it. And I think it's fair to say that that is confirmed as to why he was kicked off the platform. Now, whether it's confirmed he actually texted a minor or actually sexted with one, we obviously can't say one way or another as there is no evidence. Of course, he's claiming now that there was no wrongdoing found, but he's not denying that this was the reason that he was removed from the platform. For example, if we go back to 2022 and look at a tweet that DrDisrespect made, pretty much acknowledging how the legal dispute was going with Twitch and saying that it was resolved, where he just tweeted out, "Moving on, I have resolved my legal dispute with Twitch. No party admits to any wrongdoing." And following it up saying, "In response to all your questions, the doc will not return to Twitch." But then that just makes me think, okay, if no party admits to any wrongdoing, like he says in his tweet here back in 2022, that also simultaneously says that Twitch had no wrongdoing in the whole process. And if Twitch allegedly terminated your contract for sexting a minor, as this Twitch employee is now claiming, how could that ever possibly come out as them doing nothing wrong? I feel like, and look, I mean, I'm obviously just being a total armchair analyst here, just speculating. I'm not saying nothing definitive, but I do feel like if this happened to me, this would be something I would fight tooth and nail for, to hold Twitch accountable for this allegedly like fake accusation, right? Like imagine you're DrDisrespect and you find the reason that your contract was terminated is because they apparently went through your Twitch whispers and are accusing you of talking to a minor. How could you ever possibly settle with, actually, yeah, both of us admit that we didn't do anything wrong. Maybe he just wanted to get out of it. Maybe he just said, fuck this, I'm not going to engage in this anymore. And I guess that would make sense. But at the same time, I almost feel like I would be like, no, I'm going public with this. Fuck this shit. How could they possibly say this about me? Like, I'm going to disprove this because this is complete fabrication. And just the idea that this was kept under wraps for years, even by Dr. Disrespect himself. If this was completely fake, I can't imagine that he would want it to be totally covered up. But obviously, I'm not saying that there's not possibilities that this would make sense. Maybe Twitch misinterpreted it and they thought it was a minor. They terminated him instantly. And then after all the disputes, they found out that it was wrong. And to make up for it, they completed his contract and paid him everything in full. That would be the only interpretation I could possibly see here where it would make sense. Twitch says, we didn't do anything wrong because we thought that it was a minor. We did our due diligence in kicking him off the platform. But then once the stuff was probed, we found out that actually nothing was wrong and we paid him in full. To me, that would make total sense. But again, all of this is speculation. We have no proof of anything. I'm just yapping because I can't possibly know what this could mean. But we do have other former Twitch employees who have corroborated this story, along with just other various people who have also heard this rumor. For example, there is this clip from Destiny's stream just about 2 months ago, having a discussion with Dan Can't Stream, where they're talking about Dr. Disrespect's ban, and he gives the same reason.
For a 2-decade-long career, surely my word carries
Dan,
weight.
it's been a long time.
Please tell us.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's so long that the person involved is probably okay now.
My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago, and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why he said that?
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA process now.
That's what I'm saying. What I heard in Rust.
Did he say that? Why did he say that?
He must have heard it.
Am I not allowed to say what I heard in Rust?
That's insane.
His crew
what
on
you just
Rust
said.
is
That's
wild.
insane. If I'm the doc, I'm suing you right now.
I would actually sue you.
Well,
And obviously they just had a completely shocked and appalled reaction to that, which I would too if I was in their shoes, because what the fuck? That is not what anyone has even come close to suggesting. It's absolutely not been anything like that. But yeah, even another Twitch employee, Zachary Diaz, also made a tweet about it, just saying, so glad it's finally out there. And he worked at Twitch for 6 years and 7 months. And especially during the time that he was fired, he even was getting promoted around that same time. So this now has been corroborated by 2 former Twitch employees who were both employed by Twitch at that time, and another person on Destiny's stream. And of course, you had a Slasher weigh in who basically completely fell off the face of the earth after he made his accusation. Of course, the accusation being that he knew the real reason, which he tweeted back in 2020, when he tweeted out, look, for several hours now, I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going in on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. And everyone clowned on him for this at the time and continuing after this because he basically just never said anything about it. And everyone thought he was just bullshitting and he obviously didn't know. But now he has made a tweet, and it's for the first time he's made a tweet that's gotten over like 10 likes in the past like 2 years. But he says, I didn't lie. So I guess this is what he claims that he heard back in 2020. And I did find a clip from a couple years back where the doctor talked about this, and he spoke about his ban from Twitch, and he publicly talked about that he had just learned the reason recently. And his reaction now with this context is very interesting to watch. So I have the clip here. Let's play it.
And to end off my little discussion here, but a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them, okay? I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages and you just don't... No.
And yeah, now with this new context, this looks totally different the way he's handling it. He's like, yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's completely like, I cannot believe that they tried to pull this on me. And that kind of leads me to believe that maybe it's what I'm speculating on, that they tried to fire him for that reason. And then he got into a legal dispute and said, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you. And then they maybe explained their process behind the scenes and said, look, this is what we thought. We're just going to give you the money. We do what we're supposed to do. You know, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but that's the only thing I can think of that happened here. Until we see more proof, there's not really going to be much to go off of now. He says nothing illegal happened in particular, which is a key portion of it, because if there was something going on with someone underage, that typically is not something you can say and get away with saying on Twitter that nothing illegal was done, especially combining it with that there was no wrongdoing at all, and also mentioning that everything was probed and settled. Now, another Twitter user pointed out an interesting aspect of this whole thing that a lot of people seem to forget, and it was the fact that when this ban happened years ago, Discord also removed Dr. Disrespect from their partner program shortly after the news broke. They tweet out this article and they say what I just said, and then they continue, Discord's program did not require Dr. Disrespect's active participation. It simply verified his presence on the platform and bestowed certain otherwise paid features to his account. Dr. Disrespect and his representative told the Post that they were not aware of this partnership. And then the article continues that Discord told the Post that partners are held to a higher standard and that they must abide by our code of conduct, and when violations occur, we take the appropriate action. So this is obviously confusing because the allegation is that it happened on Twitch Whispers, but at the same time, Discord banned him for violating the code of conduct. What was the code of conduct that happened on Discord? Because if it was just a ban, like how a lot of people speculated before this all broke, like, oh, he violated the contract, or maybe he tried to pressure them too hard, that's got nothing to do with Discord. So was the person involved in this case also on Discord at the same time? Was it on Twitch Whispers and Discord, and both of these platforms simultaneously banned him? I don't know. Again, I'm just totally speculating, but it's just an interesting timing for both of these two things to happen. Now, of course, as I said at the beginning, obviously he is innocent until proven guilty. We have literally not a shred of evidence for anything, so this entire video is totally speculation and allegations. But going off of those allegations, that is kind of how I see what is going on. Could be totally wrong. I could totally be misreading this situation, but from what I've seen with this, that's what I find interesting to speculate. But I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a lot that we could just think about right now. We could just kind of come up with whatever storyline and fantasy that we want, but really there is nothing much to go off of. If Dr. Disrespect continues to post more updates, I will let you guys know, or if we hear more from actual Twitch employees. But as of right now, that's all I really got to say about this, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.